What is that sound I hear? What a glorious sound I'm hearing that's coming in. Is it the one and only? Yes, it is. It is Traumastoo and Altberg. Isn't that great? Hello, Stu.
Hello, Berg. How are you? It is a goddamn pleasure to be here, my dude. How are you?
I'm doing well. I'm doing well because we're watching a lovely match in a moment, CHIMERA against DC, but also because I'm joined by the one and only man from Australia.
Yeah, close. You almost insulted me, but I'll take New Zealand. It was close. It was close.
You know, it's nothing better when you like say, okay, I'm gonna join Altberg thing, and the first thing he does is insult you. That's how it goes. That's how it goes.
Yeah. No, these things happen, my dude. It is just a goddamn pleasure to be here, my friend.
Lovely. And I'm honored to have you here because we have done so far, I think, one match together.
I think the last one we did was the Circle GBI during seasonal tournament.
Was it Circle GBI? Oh no, then it was two, because the last thing I remembered, because I'm old, is the one against Task Force Koala. 3-parter against, was it Task Force Koala? I think.
Oh, maybe?
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
it was ages that I remember.
I don't know. I tell you what, every time you have me on here, it's a banger of a cast. So you know what? I'm looking forward to it, my dude.
Yeah. And I should probably use the last moments before we start this match to see if all the technical stuff is working. Like, oh, do we have the maps and things? Let me just go. If that, yeah, that is working. That's good. That's good. Is the other stuff working as well? Let me see. Buttons. Yeah, all the things. Ooh, that's sexy. I like that. Yum yum yum. There we go. That is good. That is good. That is what I wanted to see. Lovely. I should probably hide that.
Perfect.
Everything working on my end, on your end as well, and I think we are ready for the big match that's supposed to start right now, but then again, I see only 90 people at the moment, but it is a 49 versus 49, so...
Excellent. And you were saying before, I think we're playing seasonal rules again?
Yes.
Which is one-man protected arty?
Yes.
And no Panthers.
No Panthers, yes. It's gonna be an interesting one. The thing is, like, people have said, oh yeah, these new rules, we hate them, and they're gonna get reset as soon as new things, and now all the big tournaments use seasonal rules, the latest seasonal rule. I'm looking forward to seeing what this seasonal is gonna bring. Like, winter seasonal, is it gonna have, like, reversed rules? I doubt it, but is it gonna have extra new rules for something? Or I'm looking to see how this stuff is gonna continue on.
Yep, it's Luke's and Stuart's only. You're allowed to have 3 arty guns, but one of them must redeploy every 3 seconds. Just, you know, I'm sure that won't be confusing at all. It's fine.
And you know what? I should probably mention that we are streaming somewhere, so let me just send out some things. Why don't you talk about some things, Stu, right now for like 1 minute? Just realized that all the shoutouts are missing.
Well, I'm sure people who were watching the match this morning aren't sick of hearing me talk already, but no, we already saw CHIMERA play once today. In the APL tournament, they played against ESPT. Unfortunately, they went down 5-0, my friend. It was a massive, massive win from ESPT. And I think it just shows how much this competition continues to grow and how much better people keep getting. At the moment, I'm just watching some of this, some of the pre-match antics. I love a good pre-match satchel. We just saw an airhead go in from DC just before, just behind Sainte-Marie-du-Mont. I feel like that's them establishing dominant a little bit early in this game.
I'm showing your screen as well, just to be sure.
Excellent. Well, we've got somebody up in the half-track on the machine gun. Good.
We sadly don't have audio on your end, of course, not because we're using all the low-level technology. As in for your game, I mean. But, you know, we still get the enjoyment of seeing the beauty of the match. That's important.
I feel like if people see the explosions, they can make the sounds up in their own head. Or if you're watching along at home and we don't have the audio, I want to hear you from my basement in Australia making the big noises. Bang, 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 bang. See, yeah, we can do it. It's fine. We can sort this out. I don't see an issue.
See, the thing is now that you made the sound, people are going to expect us to make the sound. So if we have a satchel like MG fire.
That's not going to end badly for everybody's ear holes. It's fine.
A satchel is exploding. Kaboom! Oh, they're releasing the dogs. What dogs? Don't just make dog noises.
What? It's when a whole squad starts throwing grenades that we really start to run into trouble with explosion noises. But yeah, we'll figure it out.
It's gonna be fine. Let me just check that we... What is that? It's things like get, receive... just checking that if we have no kerfuffle or anything. Is that a word? Kerfuffle is a word, yeah. Okay.
Kerfuffle is a totally word.
That is kerfuffle. Something. Just wanted to check that we have no bad news on my end. But no, everything is looking fine on my end. Let me just make a little check if the map is working. Can you show your map for a second, Stu?
I absolutely can, my friend.
Ooh, look. Well, you can't see, but a double map. Ooh, delicious. Delicious double mapping. Sounds like an innuendo. Let's hide the map again. Double mapping. Delicious. But
I'm interested. Vardy's going in with a white camo today. I'm wondering whether he keeps that for the game.
That sounds like a Vardy thing to do, to be fair. Yeah. That is the thing that Vardy would do. And will do. Maybe he's an Ardy. Who knows?
I think I was told that Buta is Buta is on the old Ardy, so well, I'm going to join his squad. That's what they told me to do.
Buta.
This lad here with the knife.
Oh, that what is that logo? Wait, what? What is that? That's is that Broken Arrow? No, what is that logo?
I don't know. Surely DC doesn't have Broken Arrow with them.
No, but what is that? Let me just see the names. Leopold, Blaznik, Salvatore, Granok, Major 7, Butara. There we go. Schwanzlurch. There we go with the German names. Great. Maggie, Billy. Oh, no, that's DC, I was going to say. Gulaschmann, Max Bauermann. I see a lot of German names. Lammkotelett, Lamb Chop. What are these names, Wazzle? Have they hired a... Oh, that's potentially probably Taurus. Because Taurus is also... This is DC and Friends, so it's not just DC, but it's also lovely people from Taurus and from the law firm.
Ah, excellent. TLF, shout out to my lads over there. Love playing with them. That's some of the most fun Hell Let Loose I've played in years, playing with TLF. So good to see some of those guys here. And Mr. Eltberg, I have, knowing that I was coming on to cast with you, I have been brushing up on my German.
Oh, got him here. Yeah.
Just to sort of tide myself over, I've got Guten Abend, wie geht's? Wo ist meine Krankenhaus?
Meine Krankenhaus, okay, yeah, sure.
Milch. That's all I got.
It's fine. It was understandable.
That's literally all I've got and all I understand. I don't even know what those words mean, but I'm pretty sure they're German.
Where's my hospital?
Oh, good.
Yeah, good. Yeah, Schnitzel, yeah, bratwurst, yeah, sauerkraut. It's fine. I mean, you're gonna survive mostly because the most Germans would also speak English. Everybody, let's say 50 or under will be able to speak German. Will be. They're all gonna be able to speak German, 50 or under the Germans. You know that they learned it somewhere. No, but they will be able to speak some English. But I heard that you are not visiting the Germans, but you might be somewhere else.
Looks like we just got a map flip, my friend. We're not visiting the Germans, but yeah, we're going to Amsterdam, going over to Norway for some reason. And a little bit of England. Looking forward to it, my friend.
That is basically the StewCon, I see, yes.
Yeah, pretty much. I'm sure we'll sort something out. But I don't know. Yeah, leaving Australia for the Australian summer and going back to where it's cold for some god unknown reason. But I don't know. It'll be fun. Love a good trip. 30 seconds, Mr. Eltberg. I'm excited.
So many seconds, and yet I can't end that sentence. Yeah, 30 seconds. Oh, I would like to say, it's so early that I'm just a bit under the weather, or it's too early or something. But it's nearly 1 p.m. in the afternoon. I should probably slowly get awake, shouldn't I?
Yeah, look, I'm going to let you get away with this one, brother. Obviously, honoured to be here, one of the best casters in the world. Honoured to be here, my friend. And look, honestly, who the hell gets up in the morning anyway?
That is true.
Mornings are for suckers.
Exactly. Sainte-Marie-du-Mont. Because the screen is split right now for people. And look at that is the power of having an SSD. As you can see, because Stu is already in the game and I'm still loading it because I put it on the hard drive at this point. I mean, I only cast matches, so there's no point in me being early there because I still need to wait till the squads are made.
Yeah.
This is a fun one to just see. There we go, and now I finally have loaded the game. There we go.
Welcome. Pleasure to have you, Mr. Eltberg.
And I already see you willing to join. That's lovely. There we go. I should probably mute the music as well. We love music, but we should probably cancel it for the moment. Let's spawn where we don't block anybody. Again, let's not block the first spawn area. It's always good. Remember that when people accidentally joined that area, like casters, and then they had to... Hello. Sorry, Chimera noticed me and said, "Oh, hey, Altberg, where's Altberg? He's gone."
He just disappeared.
He just magically disappeared.
That's clearly proof that you, Mr. Altberg, are hacking. You just jumped into admin cam. I feel like that's against the rule. No, okay, that's fine. It's probably we probably need to get this match cast, don't we? Good. But whilst we're waiting for them to set up,
yes.
I'm having a look at the points, my friend, and which points we're going to be fighting over today.
Oh, God.
Defensive point for this DC side, HQ is going to be Hill 6, followed by Hugo's Farm, and AA Network is a delicious, nice little center point there, my friend.
That was slightly creepy nearly from my side there, but yeah, continue on, please.
Breakout Battery is going to be the first defensive point for this Chimera side, followed by their HQ center up in Winter's Landing, is what they're going to be fighting over today. But AA Network is the all-important middle point on this one, my dude.
It is. I just had to make something on the side there. I am looking forward to this one. I'm looking forward to this one because I have not seen a Chimera match in some time, as in casting it myself, and I have not casted a match with somebody else in a while. Hello, Stu. Hi. Ooh. Yes. All the special treatment.
It's a pleasure.
And also, I haven't done Sainte-Marie-du-Mont except 18 versus 18 as of lately. So, this is gonna be an interesting one. And you know what? The nice thing is because I have you here, good sir, I can show both screens at the same time. So if we see a rocket snipe or a rocket, we might see the action and reaction, so to say.
Sorry, I was just looking at a bucket for no good reason. I should go find some action.
The highest of quality streaming, yes.
Yes, excellent. We're professionals over here. We're good.
Yes, clearly.
I'll go follow some of these trucks in for you. See if we can't find ourselves a cheeky little rocket snipe for you, my friend.
Now, of course, people might be confused about what's going on. Why are we watching the blue side only? Because Stu is on the other side, on the other team. So for him, he's watching DC. So on the right screen, you have, of course, DC screen. And on the left, you have Chimera, which is why I wanted to also be on this side. All the tricks, all the things.
Oh, no. DC, they waited for this lad and ended up running him over. Just saying, that's not the slickest of starts. That's all right. I'm sure this truck will get all the way in without dying. I'm sure.
I mean, what could go wrong? then again, DC is the team that got triple sniped by enemy tanks back in the day.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they lost 3 trucks on Remagen while they were jumping down the cliffside with their 3 trucks.
Oh, good.
Ooh, do we like that?
It's Diesel. He'll probably hit something.
Oh, that's what I want to do.
Well, all the local Chimera chat now, lovely.
I saved one rocket.
It feels so Australian suddenly, like I have an Australian with me. It's amazing. Wait a second.
I got more rockets for you.
I'm gonna zoom out a bit from them because they are now starting to lead the point. Yeah.
Both teams look like they've got fairly clean onto the point. I think Chimera's probably got a slight advantage in getting a little bit deeper, but DC are up on their flank. That's not going to help that truck get through. Spherical managed to live until he didn't by getting brutally murdered getting out of his truck.
We forgot to actually make like a little thing like camera. Let's just say camera on me in case there's something that needs to be in this second be shown, just to be sure.
I will absolutely let you know if anything massive happens, but at the moment, DC beating the living daylights out of this Chimera side.
Yeah. Yeah, but they are certainly doing something. I already see one of the Axis tanks being destroyed. The Puma is down.
There you go, that'll help them a little bit.
But Chimera being quite amazing at taking down 3 people on their own. That's why I wanted to also cover this match, not only because I was asked to, but also because it's Chimera against DC and friends. So we know the skill level is quite high, juicy, enjoyable, whatever phrase you want to use for that.
Oh, 100%. These 2 teams are an absolute delight to be able to cast. Just gunfights at the moment. They're both sort of feeling each other out. It looks like Chimera does have a little bit of an advantage and are taking this mid-cap for the moment. But DC, obviously, is flooding lads onto the point, really trying to get some of those strong points around the point itself so they can push on and take advantage of that.
I mean, it's always a nice one if you have to fight over AA network. It's such a nice little point, especially. And I just realized the alerts are still on. This should not be the case. There we go. Let's turn them off. With the Axis, I bring 2 Lux tanks and a Panzer IV to the front.
I have a lucky little Lux that is being run up on Panic, but it looks like he has seen him and taken him down before that AT was able to get up on him. So that lucky little Luke's just gonna pop out of the strong point. Chimera, they're now not taking the point. Looks like DC have got nice and deep in there, and we're gonna start taking it back for them. This middle point is gonna be hotly contested. Chimera quite close to taking that one, Mr. Oldberg.
Indeed. But then again, you see it keeps flickering back and forth. No? DC and friends are trying to hold onto the point, and let's be fair, they are right on that sucker. Look at the amount of red on this area. I think they might be able to stomp them. Also, that American tank, aka the CHIMERA tank, is heavily burning. And getting artillery, so they can't repair them either. Yeah, I mean, they halfway lost the point already again.
Yeah, they have. They're really trying to get back in, but DC, they're really starting to sort out that battle line, aren't they? That real ability to keep pushing onto the point and sort of grind down that Chimera early push onto it's been really good. That said, out towards the western side of the map seems to be where Chimera is putting the bulk of their forces to try and push this DC side out. So it's just gunfights at the moment. Neither side seems to be able to get the advantage over down this right side, but if Chimera can hold on to this foothold down this right-hand side, they'll have a great angle to be able to push back onto the strong point itself. That said, DC just have too many lads on point at the moment, and they're going to start capping this one shortly.
Yeah. I also see the amount of tanks that got destroyed in the last few seconds. Like I saw a Stuart tank being blown up. I have seen now a repair station, fair enough. And I have now also seen the Sherman tank that's destroyed. Losing a lot of their tanks right now. Our dear friends from CHIMERA here. That's not good.
No, it's not ideal, is it? They do have a lucky little Stuart moving up down the right-hand side with infantry support, but it does look like they've been pushed out of that western side of the map really, really well by this DC side. DC just winning gunfights all across the map at the moment.
Also, they're getting rammed quite hard from that Lux sidewall. Oh my god. Yeah, that Lux is blasting all the infantry that's trying to approach here. Ugh.
Yep, I mean, that'll do it. DC look like they've got a good strangle point on the strong point itself. Chimera just trying to find an angle to keep pushing up, but that Lux that you were talking about, it's going deep. It's taken one rocket. It is on fire. Second rocket you'd think it'd be incoming shortly. There it is. Lucky little Lux is going to go. They do still have a Panzer IV that's nice and far forward, but it is trying to back away, and it has taken a fair bit of damage. It's going to sort of reverse as this DC side about halfway capped on this midpoint at the start of this match, my dude.
But I think they just destroyed the source of that Lux stuff. Yeah, the other Stuart tank that kept shooting the Lux and also the Panzer IV has been destroyed right now. So they have cleared out, I think. Let me just check the map. Yeah, on my end, I have nothing in regards to tanks anymore. There's one recon tank in your 7th row, somewhere E and F. But except that...
Yeah, I've got just the one little recon, and there's a Panzer IV to the just to the east of AA network, just on the east of the hard point on the road there. So it looks like they're doing fairly well in terms of armor, this DC side. It's good. It looks like they've almost captured AA network for the start of this match.
I mean, only Commander Butterdog is on the hard point itself right now. I don't think that is going to be enough because... Bibbidi, bobbidi, boop. There we go. AA network falls.
Butterdog unable to carry this entire side on the strong point itself. I'm thinking he's just probably hiding in there, just trying to find a little place that he can hold up.
I mean, he is a very Butterdog. Look at him. Yeah. Ooh, a nice outfit I just saw. That must be one of those very valuable DLCs that people should buy, definitely. Not sponsored.
Oh, I'm staying so far away from that, it's not funny. But yeah, Chimera have been pushed out, and we're just seeing DC get this real sector control out from the strong point now. Chimera have a lot of work to do to get this point back. Yeah. This DC side have definitely come to play. DC and friends, I think we're calling it.
DC and friends, yes. DC and Draft. Well, it's DC, it's Taurus, it's the law firm, and I think maybe a sprinkle of some others. Then again, I don't know who is all in the law firm. I know some of them, not all of them. You never know with these things. But I can say one thing, I see Chimera is still in the game. They have people on different fronts, different layers of people, just zooming out. And there is still that magical little ace Butterdog in the hard point.
So it's funny that they just, like, he obviously hasn't shot anybody.
Did he step on a mine there?
I think he absolutely stepped on a mine. I mean, that's not going to make him feel good about the rest of the match, is it? Like the one time he decides to step out of a doorway, he gets exploded.
And I wonder if did he make it any other way in? Did he make it in and then they placed the mine, and then when he tried to come out, he didn't notice it?
Potentially. I do think you're right. This Chimera push from the northern side of the map is starting to look really good and starting to come to fruition. So look, good luck to those lads. They're starting to get some kills. So once they start to get kills, obviously DC will be aware that they've got a push coming from that side and may start to try and defend it. But hey, who knows what the what squad comms are doing at the moment?
I mean, there is also, I see a north push, but I also hold up the northwestern push, which is also slightly getting blocked by Granok and others, but they're still flooding in their direction there. And they just blasted Vardy out of a truck, which gives you extra points.
And I feel like that's the only reason anybody plays Hell Let Loose, right, is for the points. It's literally, I don't even care whether we win the match, as long as I get lots. What do you got?
Stu, you as a man of the Oceanics, you will appreciate this, because amongst all the Chimera players, I found Centurio from Free Para playing.
That is one hell of a good lad.
Free Para on this lovely match as well. The Free Para team showing their hands a bit here by being in the Chimera versus DC and Friends. So I think at this point it's all Chimera and Friends against DC and Friends. Lots of friends fighting each other. That's the good part.
But if we have to say at Friends at the end of every team, it's going to be a mouthful every time we try and call out the results. So that's fine. I'm okay with this. Like I'm more than happy to run with it.
Yeah. DC and Friends and Chimera and Friends are playing, while Burke and Friend and Stu and Friend are casting. This is the magic of this.
I'll tell you what, it's not just Chimera as well. There are GBI on this side.
What?
The 76 Sherman with Richie, Centigram, and Lycaon from GBI.
What did Lycaon
playing in an armor squad. This is an OC All-Stars team. This is great.
Cheeky Man also put the CVNT name before his name. I see. I see. Quint, yes. Also see a death of a... it's just a truck, never mind. I might have a session here. No. But I saw the explosion there, at least from Snip. Thank you very much, Snip.
Yeah, well, it's on your screen, so we don't need to make the noise, right?
Yeah, that's the nice. But I mean, the thing is, if we show you as well, we might get random explosions that don't happen on your end. That's the magic of things. Things.
Exactly. Chimera are really starting to push in from this north side. They're really starting to consolidate, start to come to grips with AA Network. This sort of two-pronged attack, I think, has been very good for them. Lots of
Bombing
DC.
Bombing run in the north. It's also creeping into your direction. I just see it, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if
that'd be the DC bombing run, I think.
Yeah, it is a DC bombing run, but that did not kill a lot because it did not kill the garrison because it was a bit too low, a bit too south.
I think it's maybe one of those bombing runs that's really there to try and buy themselves time. It cleaned up some of the infantry and just allowed the DC infantry to start pushing out. But Spawn Wave, that means they've got a nice little OP, nice and deep up here. There it is. OP sitting just behind that destroyed Stuart there is probably what's going to help them with their sustained assault onto this AA network point. Diesel from Chimera is still alive somehow. All his friends are dead, but he's going to continue the fight without them. There you go. There's the rest of them spawning in. And this fight is 100% still over AA network at the moment. I'm just going to swing back and have a look, and break off battery is going to be the next point, but it doesn't look like DC have made any inroads onto taking that. Chimera really sort of sorting out that battle line and making sure that they don't have any leaks.
So you just mentioned Diesel, because the whole squad got wiped just a moment ago, no? And the enemy was there, like everybody was there from the Axis side. And they didn't move the 5 feet to remove the OP, so now a new spawn wave came in, killed a few people. Now the OP gets removed by Vardy finally, but DC did not move there and actually remove the OP and just killed themselves. That's also magical. It's a very special little fight tonight. Today,
100% it is.
Actually, what
Today?
time is it over in the Australianisms?
Just before 9 o'clock in the evening, my friend.
Ooh. So it's a nice little before the night match for you. That's nice. That's nice.
Yeah, it's just about the perfect time for a little bit of Hell Let Loose for me. So once again, thank you very much for inviting me along, my friend.
No problem, no problem. Always nice to have you around.
Ah, you're too kind.
Which is why you're avoiding Germany in your big European run, clearly. Yes.
Oh, I truly wanted to go. I've got a couple of mates from Bavaria that I wanted to drop over and go see, but didn't quite manage to fit it into the itinerary this time.
Fair. Speaking of fitting in, CHIMERA for a second starting to capture the point here. For just a meager little moment, they were capping it, but just by the soft cap pressure, I would assume, because nobody is close here. But interesting.
Yeah, but I think that's mainly to do with that big push that they've had around from the north, is really getting nice and deep into that one. DC, obviously, they had a lot of lads pushed further towards the west to try and push towards the next hard cap. CHIMERA recognizing that could be an opportunity to get around the back. They did well, but DC really starting to stack lads up to protect this northern front now.
Yeah, the northern push is now getting hacked? Havoc! There we go, that's the word. By MG fire from the south as well as from the left. Actually, who is that? Oh, it's Aztec on the MG. Sorry, I was irritated where the MG fire was coming from, but they are doing very well on both sides here. That being said, it seems like the front line. Actually, can we get both maps at the same time for a second?
Of course I can, my friend.
Thank you very kindly. Because I'm looking on my screen, which you can also see, and they have a really nice layout of garrisons here. 4 attack garrisons. 3 up there as a backup, no? But I'm missing the 8th one. Yeah.
That's a delicious line of garrisons. They're really showing that they're willing to use the whole map, and I think on this DC side as well, they've done exactly the same thing, really setting up that good line across the entire map. The fact that both of these teams have garrisons in the H column and the C column is crazy. You generally don't see this much width in an assault, so this is really good to see. Makes it hard for us, because where in God's name I'm going to put my camera, because there are gunfights happening absolutely everywhere.
Everywhere. It is a bit of a mess, and I need to, like, in future, because I rarely have co-casters, no? I should have, like, when I press the button, it automatically zooms into that and that area and have that animation there, and maybe one day. For now, it's gonna be a bit confusing sometimes, but you will understand the thing. Stu is always gonna be on the right, I'm gonna be on the left, and if we split the screens, well, you will understand.
Yeah, they'll figure it out.
You know,
and I'll tell you what,
things.
I guarantee you, if you've got any questions, say you're a little bit new to Hell Let Loose, or you've never actually, you've just joined in this stream to go, hey, what's this all about? Feel free to ask questions in chat. I guarantee you some of the lads that are hanging out in chat are some of the most knowledgeable people in the history of this game, and most of them are pretty accepting and inviting and pretty happy to answer questions for new people. So knock yourselves out. If you've got questions, please ask.
I mean, questions, it's the veterans are always answering the questions of the new players, aren't they? That has been the thing that has happened forever. 2019 times. Think about that one, Stuart. 2019. We're 23 now.
Oh, dude, like if I needed something else to make me feel old, I swear.
Yeah. So how old is the Matrix movie again? No.
Don't even go there. Good lord. But I'm led to believe that you were doing cast of this match before admin cam.
Yes, I was.
That is insane. How did you even do it without getting shot constantly?
Well, I wasn't on the field. We actually did. Oh god, that satchel did not kill the tank. It was a bad satchel. I did it just by having the POEs of players. I was at the 82nd AD back in the day, and they joined the Can it lose training camp 18 versus 18 cup? How the name was back in the day. It was as long as it was awful. Because 18 vs 18 did only, like, they spawned in the HQ and showed the map. And that was all. So you saw little dots on the map walk. That was the whole format you had back in the day.
Wow.
Yeah. And I said, yeah, no, but Gem had the idea of 82nd AD. Let's do this version. Let's show the actual, like, POVs of the players and somebody talks over the match. So that's what I did for the first year. And then we got admin cam and then everybody else joined the big pile, so to say.
I don't think we got Sally. I don't think we got Sally.
All the memories, Stu. All the memories.
100%. He says he doesn't think he got satted, but he is getting shot by something.
I'm wondering, let me just double up this. That CHIMERA tank is getting pummeled from two sides.
Yep, is that going to be a satchel go on now?
Yeah, Dean with the satchel.
There it is. I love a good satchel. It might be my favorite thing in this game to watch, I swear.
Dean following his satchel, not caring about his own life, as you should in this format. But in real life, care about yourself, kids. In this case, defend the satchel. And takes down some more people with his infantry weapon. Gets overrun or blasted by the ricochet. There might have been a team kill from the tanker. Oh god, both tanks getting close.
Boom, there it goes.
And that also slightly damaged the other tank. The spawn wave luckily survived that one. But that one tank went down, yeah.
That tank just ran over its own infantry in a little bit of a mad panic to get out of the area. So, look, bad luck to that guy. I'm sure he'll respawn and keep going, though.
My worry is I see the Lurk here, who is an anti-tanker and is now with the satchel on the other tank. And it's not getting spotted. Another satchel on the tank, yeah. Lurk goes into hiding.
Satchel's doing some work.
Catching some really nice moments here, and it's very close to an OP as well.
Oh, if that satchel takes out the OP as well, I think it's a little bit far away at the moment.
Yeah, no, he's moving the wrong way for that. Oh, the lucky right. Oh, it's a bombing run. Wiping the DC and friends frontline a bit, but not too much. And tank down.
Boom.
That is excellent. 2 tanks being lost within 1 minute. That's, well, 1 minute more or less, but that's not good. That's really not good. I mean, they try to keep the push up here, but they lost 2 tanks in the midsection here at the front line. That's gonna cost them dearly.
Yep.
Stu, you lovely man. Have you seen any lovely tanks on your side? We have focus on the American tanks here.
Oh, I've got a Tiger tank. As soon as I say it,
do you have a Tiger?
Exactly when it. Yeah, I have the flaming husk of a Tiger tank now. So clearly where a Tiger used to be. That is the commentator's curse, ladies and gentlemen. As soon as we call something out or say somebody's name, they will get brutally murdered. That's the way these things happen. It is a disco fight in the middle of this trench at the moment. Looks like CHIMERA are going to make the best of that one and come away with the win there. I was nice and, like, I wanted to see a knife out of that. I wanted to see him run out of the smoke with a knife kill, but it was not to be. Disappointing. But CHIMERA making a good little push up towards the western side of the map now.
Oh yeah, actually, you see them before I do, and they're on my team, good God. But they are cutting in deep there, territory-wise, and I don't see on your side, let's just have the maps open for 1 second, I would say. Yep. Yeah, I don't see many DC players on your side in that area there.
No, it looks like CHIMERA just managed to win enough gunfights to sort of open up an area there, which is good for them. And basically what that means is that they'll have the ability to push in, just gain that ground. From there, we'd like to see them hold a few strong points down that side. They can hold those strong points. They'll have an ability to put that sustained pressure that I keep banging on about onto AA network and really see whether they can get this DC defense to crack.
I just realized one bad thing. While they all have their tanks right now, they have some backup tanks, don't get me wrong. But no, they just lost their tanks on CHIMERA side, a lot of them. And they're at 60 fuel at the moment.
That's probably going to be a bit of an issue for them.
Yeah, I mean, they have some heavy tanks rolling out right now, no, but right now, light tanks, they don't have a lot of really strong stuff right now. It's not looking good for the tankers of CHIMERA at the moment.
Well, I think that the armor on both sides has absolutely been dealt with. There's a Tiger tank for the DC side. that is just circling around AA network and seeing what kills you can get. They've all got out, so I'm assuming they're going to go repair that one. But they're only on 290 fuel, so obviously the armor squads in this game, the infantry have managed to stay well on top of them, which is crazy. I love a good infantry game, and if armor's taken out as an infantryman myself, if the armor's taken out, it just makes me a little bit happy.
Just a little bit happy. Just a tiny bit.
Just a tad.
Fun little thing. What would you say if there would be a squad leader on, what is that, H7 from Chimera? Would you say that is a very juicy area where nobody is? Because I would see a Chimera there right now.
Oh, he's got that troop transport truck nice and deep without getting blown up. So look, well played to him. We do have Primo moving out from AA network. It looks like they are playing a bit of deep defense there. So if he can spot that transport truck, that will be absolutely clutch for him. It looks like the DC commander Deshuna is pushing out that way as well, just sort of seeing what they can find down this way and see whether or not there's any angles of attack they need to cover.
And I'm going on my screen for a moment because I'm seeing that the point is getting heavily pushed. They have 3 OPs here on the front line, deep in DC territory, and they're trying to keep it up, but Ninja Pulver, Snip, and Muggy are pushing in. Fable goes down, the last one to defend it. That might be 3 OPs going now. Oh god. No, it's getting... Oh my god. They defended the OPs. Holy moly. Well, they lost 1, I think, but they got 2 left. They got 2 left in these lovely trenches here.
Yeah, excellent. Which will mean they can keep sort of putting pressure on from that side. And the more pressure they're able to put on that side, look, the better they'll be able to do. But I'll tell you what, those lads in the trench are getting pushed from both sides from this DC side. DC obviously recognizing that they have a little bit of a push going on there and pretty keen to shut that one down. Yeah. Gas is going down as well, so those 2 lads are going to keep defending in there. Do they still have an OP?
They have 1 OP in the other, on the outside of the trenches. To the north. It's just amazing because the other one got destroyed by a grenade. And people are dying on the OP, which is the insane part. So they see the OP, but they're not able to eat a grenade there. Vadi without grenades, I would assume. But they're farming the OP.
As we said before, this game's all about points. It's all about how many points you can get, and that's all that truly matters, right?
Absolutely. And of course, kills. The most important thing you have to do is action. But map control and how many areas you can take. And right now, DC and friends... Wow.
Yep.
Take the area, and Vadi somehow undeservingly survives that one.
But look, I like this from DC. They've really started to clean up this sort of front door between AA network and Breakwater Battery. They're going to start using that real sledgehammer approach to push through this. I actually really like that garden area that we're currently looking at on stream.
Isn't it?
It's unlike any other area that you see in Hell Let Loose. There's sort of the little hedge gardens in there. It's sort of one of those points in the map where I think they put a lot of love and attention into.
Yeah.
So DC, they're going to start pushing through there. If they can push this Chimera side out of the sort of buildings to the other side of that area, then they'll have a great little short shot onto the point itself.
I'm just looking at DC frolicking and making their way through the garden area here. You know, frolicking, jumping around.
If there's one thing we know about DC is they love a good frolic.
Yes, they love a good frog.
Yeah.
Putting little flowers into each other's hair. I don't know things, but they're also pushing the points here.
Yeah, they're also pushing forward a battle line, which I think is probably the more important point. But that's fine.
And they're trying to get that Steward tank, that GBI Steward tank, but that Steward tank is magically surviving. And I don't think...
Had all the lads around it. Did they get satchel?
I don't think... somebody went on the tank, an assault player, but they got yeeted off, literally yeeted off.
Yeah, confirmed. No satchel on that Steward tank, so it's going to keep fighting. And I think that Steward tank being in there has been absolutely huge. There is an AT player up on its flank, though. That's going to be Schwarzenlurch? Swans? Well, I can't say words.
He's gone. Yeah, Lurch. Let's just say Lurch, because it's Lurch.
Lurch. Good.
Yeah, that full name would be a bit of a naughty word. Just a mild naughty word.
Why do people put stuff in German?
Very
I only,
also.
I only know 3 words, and one of them's Krankenhaus.
I mean, that also helps you out, because then you know Kranken, which is the sick, And you know, house, which is house.
Krankenwagen, ambulance. Good.
That
I know
is
more.
also, yes. It's a sick wagon. We're really good with our naming of things.
Yeah, 100% we are. But I'll tell you what, DC do have a couple of squads around the back and the defensive side of Breakwater Battery, sort of pushing down the western edge of the map. Jimmy the Hand, Barry the Something, and Mick 017 are going to be in defense, but that's a good little push we're seeing. And Ghost, have a look at that lad. Ghost Recon, love the name. Jimmy looks like he spotted him out. He's going to take down Core and Dan. And he has taken down the squad lead as well, so that'll help stem the tide of this one a little bit. But DC getting this deep will cause Chimera a little bit of concern coming through here.
Little side note, the garden area has been mostly cleared. DC breaking in again. I like this little public garden. I don't know, it doesn't look like a normal garden. Maybe with a rich person garden. But they're doing very well with clearing it, and never mind. DC is now starting to take over the garden. Never mind, artillery blasts everybody.
Oh, artillery is the ultimate. Nobody gets to have fun in Hell Let Loose, is it? This is just put artillery over in an area, and you know that you're killing billions. I think DC at the moment, Chimera have some very good angles that they're pushing from around the map, but DC have the answer to literally everything they've been throwing at them so far. Interesting to see whether or not one of these cracks opens up wide enough to get enough Chimera lads into the point so they can start really contesting that midpoint again.
I'm gonna show both maps. Let's have like the map for 1 second, just so we can have people with updated. The fuel on the Chimera side is nice again at the moment with 530. That's a nice number. No? 800 manpower, 740 ammunition. They have all the resources now.
Yep. So it looks like they've consolidated things just a little bit. On the DC side, only 200 fuel. They have enough of everything else. But they do have this nice little attacking Gary up towards, and this is where this push we were talking about before on the Breakwater Battery is happening, because it looks like DC are starting to get some lads very close to the point on Breakwater Battery now. Interesting to see whether or not they can hold the area, because I'll tell you what, Core from DC is holding there. He is a squad lead. If he can get his OP down in a nice spot, that'd be a very strong place to be able to push into Breakwater Battery from. And I think Chimera really have a lot of work to do.
I see what you mean, and also they're getting joined by a Lux tank in the back.
They are
From
too.
EG! Eastern Group!
Wowie.
It isn't really DC and friends, isn't it?
The
Oh, it might be
Russians
Lawful. Could
getting
be
in on
Lawful.
this
Could
one
be
as well.
Lawful. Yeah, and they lost the tank.
Yeah, we did just see a 76 Sherman go down for this Chimera side. It was only crewed by one person, so acting as a bit of a turret in the back lines there, but it did get exploded. I didn't see quite what got that. I think it might have been this AT player Flaxon that got him.
Probably. Also the
Bombing run going in. I think that was a Chimera bombing run.
It is.
Just to try and clean up some of that assault that was coming around from behind, and that sort of western approach that we were talking about before. But tell you what, Dan and Core, Dan from 82nd AD. This whole game is like a who's who of the international competitive scene for Hell Let Loose. That's insane. It's a little bit of everyone, but yep.
I can't wait to see like other people from the Dutch Let Loose or the Turkish Ground Forces or the Art of War.
Yes.
You know, just we go, yeah, those exist also. Yeah, clearly. Oh, one CDO, all the teams, lovely.
But it's pretty even on this Breakwater Battery point at the moment. Currently contested. DC look like they're going to start taking it again. Chimera desperately trying to get back. Airhead going down. I didn't see whose airhead that was, but I'm going to go ahead and assume that is the DC airhead. And it's currently protected by a bunch of infantry. DV, not going to be enough. That airhead is going to stand, and I think this is trouble for Chimera. If DC can get some decent spawn waves off on that, and if it isn't marked out by artillery, this could be absolute trouble for this Chimera side.
They have an OP close by. They have multiple OPs close by, I think. They have that airhead up. I think one big spawn wave. But then again, they did see the... Oh, God, spawn.
There it is.
Yeah.
Massive spawn wave.
Where is the artillery right now? Because they know... Oh, an airhead went down there. We saw the airhead. But I don't see any artillery blasting the thing.
So the Chimera lads were looking straight at the airhead as well. They should have been able to mark that one out before they died. That said, they had a lot of infantry around them, so maybe they just didn't get it. But we've just seen DC able to spread out, move away from that airhead. So at this point is 100% going to go towards DC.
Yeah, I don't know how they would save it because they just used their bombing run, no, didn't they?
Yep.
And I don't think the cooldown is that fast.
Yeah, true. I would have liked to have seen some artillery on it, but look, DC is going to take this point, and it's going to be incumbent on this Chimera side to try and find some way back into this fight, because they are currently losing all over the place to this this DC and Friends team.
Oh, and they're trying to do a counter push. Look at that, they're trying a cap race. Oh, that's not going to work. Oh, boys.
No, it's absolutely... Oh!
No.
They are defending.
They're not.
They were just defending then. I promise, they're not going to defend this one. But that breakout battery is flipping backwards and forwards.
They're defending.
Yeah.
What?
I don't know how this is happening, but Chimera, it's a cap race, and have somehow got enough back to defend. Breakout battery. There you go. DC are defending AA Network now, so it looks like that's going to be the end of that push. Gam is still very deep on the point, but he is a squad lead on his own. This is insanity, Mr. Altberg.
I'm just going to stay on a break. I'm going to stay on break of the moment. Because it's getting again defended right now. What is this madness? Oh yeah, I see it on your end. That is not a lot of Chimera on that hard point on AA.
No, and now there's none. So DC will defend this one. Phionics and Dashuna are managing to get back and deal with that. Crackshot just spawned though, so they still have an OP there.
And we just had a whole spawn wave. Everybody spawned in the area, but a tank blew the side of the area away, killed half the spawn wave, and another explosion took the rest out. So the whole spawn wave died just now. And that was a rocket. Did that kill the... That hit the airhead. The airhead got hit by, I think, Meo there from Mukachin. Diagonal long-range rocket snipe wasted the airhead. Wow!
Delicious.
How are they able to come back from this? How?
Look, your guess is absolutely as good as mine, my friend. I had them done and dusted. Chimera showing us that they're more than willing to dig in, show a little bit of grit and take this one back. But DC still look very strong on the point, don't they?
Yeah, because Chimera is, for some reason, they have decided to, instead of going back and clearing a breakout battery, they're now sending units again to AA network. Like diagonal pushes from the front line into AA network, but the point is getting... Now they're defending it, I guess. They're defending it now, but it's a bit of a back and forth here on this point.
Yeah, it is. They 100% have not shored up the defense there. There was a little bit of panic then from DC. Obviously, Chimera got one of their OPs onto the strong point at AA Network itself. We saw some spawn waves coming off there, but Phionics and some of those defensive DC labs able to clean that up very well.
Yeah. I mean, it is DC. I don't want to say that they were the first ones to do the whole cheesy wave, but they are known for being able to spot all those little spots there where people could hide and go and spawn, or where the OPs could be set. They know what the annoying meta is, and they know how enemies could be annoying, so they know where to look. Well, they're clearly cheating. No, they just know. I mean, even some good public players or the basic competitive players know, oh, where could a garrison be in this area? Well, there, and there.
Yep. Yeah. And like, not cheating at all. They're just having good Mac knowledge is important. And I'll tell you what, Chimera putting a god-awful amount of pressure on the front door of this AA network point. They're absolutely not going to. They're not going to sit back and defend. DC are starting to deal with it though. Starting to push out and getting that sector control back from this Chimera side. Ghost Recon taking down Centurion. DV is going to keep pushing up, but there are no squad leads left there. All of them got taken down.
But VK and his squad spawned, I just saw that, yeah.
Yep. VK, I'm assuming instead of pushing forward, I'd like to see him get back and try and put up the garrison just behind there. But that's all right, he's going to move away and see whether he can get his OP in a different spot.
And Axis just dropped near the OP, near the American OP there, the Axis supply drop. That is very unlucky.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm still on the side. I'm only halfway here because on the other side, I'm also trying to keep out look for the names here because I'm wondering if I see any Foy boys, you know, any other people that I might know. Because it's a nice little thing where like, oh, who's that? Oh, that's that guy. Look at that. Or like that team is here as well. It's a fun one, DC and Friends and Chimera and Friends. It's great. Oh.
Have a look at this, Mr. Alberg. This is, I really like this from Chimera. This is VK, the squad lead. He's got nice and deep in behind this AA network point. If he can get himself a cheeky little OP up on the flank, that'll absolutely help them. There you go. Looks like he's going to get one down in the bush there.
Found him.
OP?
True.
Anytime soon, Mr. VK. He might just be waiting for a cooldown to finish. But nice little flank. We should see some pressure onto AA network again.
He built it now.
Puts up his OP.
Yeah.
Just sort of a little spot, a little bit up on the flank. DC aren't aware that he's got in behind. They weren't aware that he got through. So maybe a little bit of a surprise few spawns there. But DC still putting a lot of pressure on Breakout Battery, aren't they?
They are, but I'm amazed how few people are holding AA network. I'm just wherever you pointed out, VK and the others. I mean, only Commander Tuna on AA network. The rest is just charging onward, and the whole area. Actually, you know what? Can I have the map for a sec? Because do you have anybody in the area? Well, yes and no. You have a lot of garrisons, but you don't really have anybody in the whole sector.
Yep, just the commander, and everybody else is running off at the moment. So just the commander, Deshuna, is sitting there on defense. If Chimera wanted to, they could make a massive push here. That said, having both of those garrisons and the one further north as well, it does mean that DC will be able to sort of, they have that time. They have those defensive garrisons to spawn in and retake the point if Chimera do manage to get the troops in.
Oh, God. Little update. You remember that OP we just saw?
Yes.
You know, it had a baby. A big baby. There's a garrison now there. An uncontested garrison.
That's absolutely clutch. If these lads from Chimera can get into the strong point itself, this will cause Chimera, this will cause this DC team a world of hurt if they can get nice and deep in.
I mean, they're pushing right now into AA network. Tuna and Ghost Recon are the ones that are gonna encounter them first. But the whole squad is pushing in right now.
Yep.
Gonna end
This is a massive play.
This is huge, and I see the first groups of spawning in. Commander, the squad leader, Jam, the squad leader, is also alive now. And they're starting to cap AA network. Now, I would assume that maybe I had seen on your screen for a moment all the garrisons around it, so it's not like a safe situation. But good God.
No, so I think DC absolutely have the ability to counterattack and push through this one, but Chimera absolutely not willing to sit back. They're going to be causing DC a world of trouble now. There you go, the shooter going down. Looks like Gmail got that lad. So that's a commander kill we just saw.
Which means the commander's offline for a few seconds, which means no extra support or things, or no?
Yep. And they have cleaned up all of DC on the point. DC, I think they need to panic redeploy and get back now.
They do.
VK has got well off to the back, just sort of hunting down some of those garrisons, seeing whether he can find it. Will he get to that garrison that's sitting in the trench network? No, he's going to turn back just before he gets it. Oh, my camera's all over the shop. VK not going to get south enough to be able to take out that garrison. He is going to push down the road, though. Interesting to see whether a spawn wave gets off before he gets down there.
Stu?
Yes.
Okay, I was about to say, it's looking bad because there's like, well, 10 to 20 people now here from Chimera, but it seems like DC has spawned in multiple waves of people on the left and the right, so it is looking a bit better now. It's not utter catastrophe anymore.
But Chimera are contested. Looks like DC are going to start defending this one. Chimera on the hard point itself. But obviously this DC side have spawned enough back to start soft capping this one backwards. Back to them.
I mean, the nice thing is it's also taking a lot of pressure off the front line of Manor. What is it called? This name.
We've got Thorpy taking down that garrison. Remember that little baby garrison that spawned? Thorpy, the sniper, has managed to take that one down. So that's going to be the end of this flank. And we did see VK go down as well. So I'm not sure whether or not they managed to get any more spawn points down. But DC, very well defended.
Bombing run. Diagonal. Is that going to destroy anything on your side?
Potentially might take. There is a garrison up there. But yeah, it managed to not take down any of the garrisons.
Yeah.
CHIMERA, big spawn wave onto AA network itself. They're going to not start capping again. But essentially exactly what we saw from this DC side. CHIMERA, as soon as they've spawned in, just spreading. Absolutely dashing in every direction to try and get away from whatever arty's coming their way.
I mean, this is such a good setup, but it meant that DC and friends had to push everybody back into the defense.
Yep.
They had to completely abandon everything. I don't know if they've abandoned everything there, but if they're just taking a major pushback. But that was a scary moment for DC and friends here.
Yep, we just saw Mav, the rocket, the bazooka, taking down that southern DC garrison. So DC will try and pick up that one. Just a little bit too little, too late. It would have been good if DC weren't able to get all those spawn waves off it, but that's all right. They'll keep pushing, and CHIMERA is going to continue to spawn onto AA on that OP on AA network and keep trying to push in.
Yeah. That being said, I mean, never mind. They just destroyed the Puma that was defending the area. They did get wiped mostly. Only Diesel alive. And I think he's gonna die. The Core, yeah. And there's still an OP here.
Yep. Spawn wave went in again. One of them got murdered. Panic going down. VK and Jamal.
Yeah, but Recon is gonna get that. Yeah, they know where it is. Yeah, and it's gone. VK alive. It's gonna get shot in the head from the back. Yeah, that's the clear out.
That's a tough spot for him to be in, but good defense from DC. They haven't panicked. They did get some big spawn waves back, but that's a skeleton crew defending now. They are fairly confident that they get to keep pushing on from here.
Can I get the map from you for a second? Because it's you see my screen as well. I don't see the front line for CHIMERA here. No, the front line is empty completely. What have they done?
That's absolutely going to be concerning for them. They put a lot into that push that just happened, and it did mean they lost a little bit of that ground through the front door. And DC absolutely taking advantage of that. I was a little worried that DC might have lost that middle point, but they managed to hang on, and it does mean that they have very good map position now.
I mean, it's still that Precourt battery. The south is getting pushed again, as I can see on the end from a southeastern push there.
Yep.
I had hoped they would have had the time to also send some people to the front to actually have everything set up. CHIMERA, that is. But I guess they just focused on the push on AA network. And DC and friends, in the meantime, actually kept that front line steady and extended it. That is big. That is very big.
They have some big front door pressure coming in through that gardened area that we kept banging on about before.
Oh god, yeah.
They'll keep pushing in. Oh my god, big spawn wave we just saw from DC moving on to the strong point itself. That's off that little OP you can see just down there, but DC, they're really turning the tables back on CHIMERA again, and they are going to start capping this one. CHIMERA really need to get back, deal with this defensively, and really start to reform this line.
And DC is just pushing like a knife through butter. There we go, made a phrase, made a thing. Yeah.
You know what? It counts. I'll give you that one.
Yeah, I don't have many sayings I can do in the English language. Like I know my German phrases, but you can't translate those national ones into other languages.
No, sometimes they just don't translate very well, do they?
I mean, nobody's gonna understand. Yeah, sorry, continue on.
Sorry, CHIMERA, they've got a decent spawn wave back on Breakout Battery to try and deal with this DC push. This DC push that is coming from the south. They're getting very deep into this point. CHIMERA have to be concerned about this.
I mean, and another guy kicking the bucket. There we go, another phrase that doesn't exist over here. I mean, I see the front, also I see the southwest. CHIMERA is pushing southwest as well, or rather, the west is getting reformed because there's a big DC push also there. But I also see offline here making his way. Ninja Pulver, Asian name, I don't know what even nationality it is. Asian signs from one of the countries. They are pushing hard into the area. They're really going for Precourt battery at the moment.
Yeah, they're making an absolute go of this. I do like, if you have a look at CHIMERA, Vapo is sitting up on his own. He has got around the side of this this attack. He might be able to take down that OP. If he manages to, it's going to be close. He's close to it. He's just gone past it. Keep going.
There we go.
Takes down the OP just before he dies, but that's absolutely crucial to try and relieve some of this pressure from DC that's being put on break or battery at the moment.
Problem is, squad leader still alive, Ninja Pulver, and he just put up another OP. There we go. That's English.
That's all right. You are speaking in a second language, so I will let you get away with that one, my friend.
Me, thank you.
Your English is far better than my German is.
I speak the England. I know it's glorious. But it's enough of this, and it's enough. Well, it's not like DC is gonna hear me talk bad English because they're all dead again. Well, except Phoenix, but still, they are getting pushed back now in this area. Now I jump a bit more towards the northeast, and I see another squad, Granok squad, pushing against the major army fraction of Chimera here. There is a fight in every corner, and that's the nice thing about Sainte-Marie-du-Mont, because you have some hedge fights, but it's not like on Utah Beach where it's just, oh yeah, it's just from one hedge to the next. There is houses, there's little roads, you get all these different little more or less unique little fighting spots. That's nice.
Yeah. And like, I think that's why we all like casting SMD, Sainte-Marie-du-Mont, is there's just so much happening. There's so many lines of attack. If the army gets stalled in one area, they have the ability to push over to another spot. It's great. I love it. And I think we should fight. I think we should do more fights on here.
Yeah. Or on El Alamein. Not because it's a great map, but because I can sense the suffering on that one. Sorry.
Yeah, but with El Alamein, who's going to take the British forces? That's the question, isn't it?
The devs, clearly. The devs are going to play against competition. And I like how people are shooting an empty road at the moment because they think that people might be here at this point. To be fair, there is a giant corpse pile. But it's a nice thing because it also shows you again, because you never know if people saying, oh, they're clearly cheating. You wouldn't shoot an empty road thinking, oh, there might be somebody there all the time. You would not do that if you think they might be there.
But that's just classic internet, isn't it?
Yeah.
As soon as somebody starts winning, as soon as you die, there's always, oh, they're cheating, get out of it. Yeah. Somebody just outplayed you is exactly what just happened, my friends.
Except when people kill me and hell it loose, then of course they are cheating, as we all know.
100% is. 100% they're cheating, because we all know that you use the best hack. So if they're, if they're able to kill you, clearly they're cheating.
I will agree to part of that. Speaking of part of that, it's a cap race because both points are getting captured? What?
What the hell is going on with this game? This is insane.
Can you go to Breakout Battery? I'm going to go to AA Network because I'm interested now. Oh, you've got to be kidding me.
Breakout Battery. Chimera have had a massive spawn wave back to try and defend this one, so it looks like they will be able to hold on to Breakout Battery. And if I'm not mistaken, DC look like they're defending AA Network as well.
Yeah, and I can see why, because it's VK. It's again VK, by the way, squad leader, in the hard point with one anti-tank, and the commander is just running around on the side there, Butterdog. I know they have a garrison on the, what is that, H7? Also, no, far right side they have something, but they have not a lot of people here in the area. They have, it might be a decoy attack, so to say.
Okay. I do like this attack that we're seeing from DC onto Breakout Battery now. We're seeing two armor. There's a Panzer IV and a Tiger tank pushing up for this DC side with infantry support that are continuing to spawn in and put pressure on. Chimera are going to be in a world of hurt unless they can push some of this out and start dealing with that. The Chimera armor really needs to get in there and help them out, because Pell Let Loose is going to be the last one left alive for Chimera, and I don't think he's going to be enough to kill two tanks and that much infantry.
And you just got a garrison as well behind the Tiger tank, a DC one.
Yeah, that DC garrison is going to be absolutely huge if they can get some spawn waves off. Chimera spawning towards the back. They're going to push through and see whether they can clear out this DC assault onto Breakout Battery. Chimera, they're digging their fingernails in, Mr. Altberg. But
they just lost the Tiger.
Artillery.
EG, well, the Friends lost the Tiger for DC here.
Oh, they'll never hear the end of that.
Yeah, I mean, there's only a Panzer IV with two people in it. Mr. Trubob and Guerrilla Tactician. So, Guerrilla Tactician.
Yep, Panzer IV was engaging the Stuart tank, which seems to be backing away just a little bit. It doesn't want to take that fight head on. But the lucky little Stuart tank, if he can get a shot off onto that Panzer IV and start to do some damage, they might stand a chance. That said, the Stuart knows it's up there without infantry support of its own. It does have some infantry from this DC side pushing it at the moment. It won't know whether or not they've got satchels or not, but that point is going to flip between contested a little bit. DC, they're just going to keep up the pressure on this one. CHIMERA need to find an answer to this DC attack.
Well, one answer could be that lovely Stuart you just mentioned, who is filled with the most delicious GBI people.
Yeah.
It's the GBI Stuart that hopefully will carry on the dream here right now for GBI. They're the representatives. That's the word, right? They're representing GBI. There we go.
Yeah, that
So
works.
many
That
I's and
works.
T's. But they're holding down the side here quite lovely, that GBI tank. They're holding on the west
big
front
storm
also.
wave.
Yes, see the bombing run here on the side. That's on the corner of your screen.
Double bombing run. This is just both commanders at exactly the same time have said, nobody's going to have fun. We're killing everybody. They might have comms between each other and just wanted something absolutely spectacular for stream. That was delicious, my friend.
They succeeded on that. I mean, good God, that is a... And artillery, even one artillery is still good artillery. Just blasting the whole spawn wave there.
That Panzer IV looks like it's gone down as well, so that's going to be the end of that armoured assault from DC.
Who killed that Panzer IV, do we know?
I didn't see. It looked like it might have been Artie, potentially, but I'm not too sure.
But it wasn't the GBI tank because they're still holding down the western road at the moment. With success, to be fair.
Yep.
They're also getting... Oh, the tank is getting actually tricked down here, the GBI tank, because they threw smoke into the road, so now the GBI tank is just hammering down MG fire into the smoke and not hitting anybody, while anti-tankers are crawling in slowly onto him.
AT's getting nice and deep up there. He will want to get onto the back of that Stuart to make sure that his rockets are able to kill the thing in 2 shots. He might just take a little bit of tap damage and start shooting him in more heavily armored areas, but he's going to go down before he does anything else, so that's going to be the end of that push.
Also an option. Oh, I can see why, because there's literally an MG standing here, and there's also a squad leader here, yeah. But I see,
Yep.
do you like big pushes, Stu?
Oh, you know I love a good big push, Mr. Altberg.
Because
Have
good
a look at
God,
that.
look to Precourt right now. Look at the amount of DC and friends here.
Have a look at that red berry / blueberry blob pushing in. That is that's pub matching at its best. I love it.
They're a bit close to each other, aren't they?
Yep, I'd be a little bit worried about artillery were I them, but I'm sure it's DC. They know what they're doing, surely.
Well, it's DC and friends. And what is more hilarious than seeing your friends blow up to artillery? That is the issue. Yeah, and that's the wave nearly gone. Okay.
That's still just the one attacking squad for CHIMERA pushing onto AA Network, and that's VK squad. Just sort of VK, obviously, that's his role in this game, is to push around the back and be a menace to this DC side.
With success.
He's got, with great success so far. That little push he got before with the OP and then the garrison was absolutely crucial in clutch, and that's almost took him the point.
I mean, think about it. Like 20 minutes ago, we thought, oh, this match might be nearly over because they are completely dominating the second or the fourth point, depending on how you see it. No? It's gonna be over in a moment, and then they defended and nearly capped the other side. What a run!
It's just backwards and forwards, isn't it? Both sides, obviously. Look, CHIMERA are parking the bus on Breakcourt Battery a little bit at the moment. They just have all the lads in there. They're starting to try to get out that sector control over through that house area that's just up towards the southeast of Breakcourt Battery. Just if they can take that back from DC, they can start relieving some of this pressure. But it's not the whole team that's doing that. The rest of this CHIMERA side is up on the flank just about everywhere that DC is pushing. So look, fair played and well played to both of these teams. This is a cracking game of Hell Let Loose as we come up towards half an hour to go.
One could say it's a bloody beauty. See, I know the phrase, I need all the cool phrases. Krankenhaus, there we go, see?
Honorary Australian citizenship, that works for me, my friend.
Clearly. Can we have the map? I'm asking, but I rarely have both maps at the same time, so it's a fun one.
DC capping AA Network. I'm sorry, Chimera are capping AA network.
Yeah, but there's nobody. Little hint: there's nobody on AA network. There's 3 people in the south of AA network from CHIMERA side, so that's all the push power right now.
Yep.
Yeah.
There is nobody from DC on the point. They did get a little bit of a spawn wave in there, so that's going to be the commander, Asian lettering, Salvatore, and Lem Cutlet? Lamb chop. Excellent.
Lamb cutlet, yes, lamb chop. Exactly. That's a new word. There we go.
Oh, we're learning, ladies and gentlemen. They're going to get back and be able to defend that one, but
yeah, I mean it's still
very
DK.
narrow.
Yeah, it's not a big push. It's working kinda. It's at least putting some pressure again off the front, but they have not really recovered, have they, CHIMERA? They have still the front line is still mostly in the hands of DC here.
Yep. What I do like from Chimera, though, is this DC garrison structure at the moment. It is very narrow up through the middle from AA network. They don't have anything up on the flank anymore, which, look, that'll help Chimera trying to probe some of their defenses, probe some of around the outside. Obviously, DC really pushing through the middle, very strong as we saw before. That seems to have come to nothing for the moment, and they're really pushing off OPs for the moment. So, look, they've got back very defensively, and I think this is a cracking game of Hell Let Loose. I've loved every minute of watching this.
What I don't love is that still the garrison on H6 is still working. DC has not found that garrison yet. I liked it and I hated it at the same time because they have not found that garrison. But I mean, I'm looking on your stream. The reason might be because nobody is on the east.
No, you're absolutely right. It looks like they've really sort of left that defense go a little bit. They do have an OP there, and it looks like a lot of those lads just died to this Chimera push. They've got an OP in the G column, and that's about the best they've got defensively out that side.
Let's hide the maps again. There we go. Also, it's a nice one to once in a while see both sides. I like that. It's nice. There we go with the words.
But Chimera, they're going to continue to try and probe, see whether they can find a way through this defense, but
Oh. I know you see my screen as well, Stu.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
That's a Stuart inside a Tiger tank.
Yeah, that's okay. That's the thing. The EG team is immobile from the GBI tank, by the way.
That's
I don't know. I can repair the tank. What is this nonsense?
what in God's name?
Oh, the steward is moving.
Can we get a shot onto the side potentially? Oh no, he can see that turret from that Tiger moving around. He just wants to get.
He killed the crewman. That's the big thing. He killed the crewman, so it's only 2 people in that tank now.
That is one way. I don't know whether you know this, Mr. Altberg, but this is actually the way that tanks fought in World War II.
Yes.
Stuart tanks, obviously they knew they were outclassed and not armored enough, so they used to put their barrels inside the Tiger tanks.
I mean, that would work.
I can't look away. It's like a train wreck. I can't look away from this.
Where is the anti-tanker from either side right now? Or the engineer? You know, somebody.
Well, they can't satchel the Stuart tank.
Well, they could shoot it with a rocket.
Yeah, they should be rocketing it.
It's not like the area is heavily under control of CHIMERA right now. That tank is just doing it for the lulz at this point.
Who's crewing that? Is that the GBI tank?
That's the GBI. That's Richie, Centigram, and Lycon.
They are 2 great friends of my stream, Lycaon and Richie.
Oh, there we go.
There we go.
Anti-tanker Bommel has arrived. And Richie's fine with the pistol. That's not gonna work out. And the GBI tank goes down. Richie's still alive, but gets shot by Bommel again.
Well, there was only one way that was going to go. I loved watching every moment of that. That's about the best thing I've seen in Hell Let Loose in years. That was perfect, and I loved it. I should keep looking at my camera. I haven't even looked at my screen for the last 5
Fair
minutes.
enough. I mean, when I thought for sure somebody in the next minute is gonna get that tank, either tank, you know? Could have been like some CHIMERA people with rockets, or just a satchel or something. But no, nobody decided to interfere there. What a weird little
DC, they are starting to push from the southern edge of Breakout Battery. They're going to keep pushing up that way. They're just a little bit of front door. They have a look. They are around on the flank as well. CHIMERA, a lot of defensive work to do. What I'd like to see from CHIMERA is exactly what we kept seeing from VK before, and getting that offensive pressure on to make DC spawn back. We do have a few lads from CHIMERA trying to push in, but it looks like DC are well aware of it and have their defensive feelers out to try and nip that in the bud before it gets anywhere close to AA Network. So CHIMERA, keep trying, lads. I believe in your ability to take this one back. Under 25 minutes left to go in this match.
Which is not a lot. Then again, you need 2 minutes to capture the point. No? If you lose your second, then it's going to take a few more moments. No? But still, both teams could come victorious out of this.
Yeah. 25 minutes isn't much time, but that's still it's a lifetime. I've seen matches finish in under 10 minutes, under 12 minutes. What's the quickest you can... I wonder what the quickest match has ever been.
I think, was it 11 or 13 minutes that was the record in Hell Let Loose? Something like that.
Something close?
You need to remember that back in the olden days, there was no warm-up time, so people could just literally spawn and start going to the other side. No, I got it. I got the doors now in my head. Oh no. Break on through! Speaking of Sirius Ghost, I was about to praise Sirius from DC here, who is an old friend of the channel and also of, well, DC. But he went down instantly, sadly. DC.
Yep, chalk another one up to the commentator's curse, my friend.
You're basically a low version of Death Note, yes. All the anime.
Yeah, 100%. I feel like I need a counter. I need a kill counter for our streams moving forward. Just to see how many people have managed to murder by jinxing them.
Odd little bomb run in the west, by the way. Yeah, I say odd because they blasted the left side. I don't know if you had a garrison there on the west side of C5, on the western border area. But they just let a whole bombing run down there. Killed 2 people and didn't push in the meantime, which is odd.
I think, especially with that CHIMERA spawn wave we saw back to try and take care of that, I think they thought there was more of a push coming from there than there actually was. So sticking the bombing run in there to try and give their lads a little bit of time to take back some ground.
Fair. I mean, often a lot of plays are also based on communication and miscommunication. Oh, there's a whole army coming here and it's 5 guys. Well, that bombing run might be wasted. You know, that makes also the thing that makes Commander such an important yet problematic role. When are you going to send the stuff out? Are you going to send the stuff out? When do you do a precision strike right now? Is it going to move the tank? Is it not going to move? Maybe there's another juicier target?
Yeah, you're right. And it's a role that absolutely relies on airtight communication from your squaddies and the rest of your team, doesn't it? It's DC. CHIMERA are starting to cap AA Network again. Have they got nice and deep in again, have they?
What? Can DC give us a break? What is this? Oh, got something.
I really like this from CHIMERA. Despite the ungodly amount of pressure that DC is putting on their defensive points, they are still getting out and putting those flanks in and finding their way into AA Network. It's meant that DC can't go on the all-out assault. They can't put all of their troops on attack. They do need to have those defensive there, and I think that's what's keeping CHIMERA in the game at the moment.
CHIMERA is going mostly defensive. Now, there is a bit of a squad here north of AA Network. Just north there, that little... I was about to say that little spawn wave that could, but I see a Puma already on the area.
It's not a Puma.
It is a Puma. It was a Puma. Lovely shot.
It was a Puma. Now it's dead. We're good.
It's been Dean. But right now I see the OP is still alive. There's one man defending it, the man that also took down the Puma. But the area is also getting shelled by a tank. I don't know what tank and where the tank is, but it is clearly a tank. Oh, I see the tank. That's a Panzer IV.
There it is.
Is that EG again? Oh no, that's the little arrow sign, which is not Broken Arrow, but I think Taurus maybe? I still have not seen Taurus play, that's the issue, so I don't know their tanks yet.
No, so do we know anything about Taurus? Where are they from, or...?
Yes.
I'd love to see any new teams come through.
The answer to that is yes. I don't know anything about Taurus. I have seen they are playing in the ECL with DC and Lawfrom together. This is basically what you can expect in the ECL soon. But I've not seen Taurus play, actually.
Excellent.
And the push died in the north.
Yeah, it did. I think Chimera, they've got time to reset, refigure out how they're going to take back this midpoint from this DC side. They have time, and that's what I think all their time now should be gearing up towards what that last push is going to look like.
I mean, when is the time when normally everybody goes ape? That's the technical term, going ape. When are they starting to bake the cake, as I have used at 4 a.m. in the morning for that one match? It's the last 15 to 20 minutes, isn't it? That's like the big time where they say, okay, F everything now, we need to start playing on the 110%. Everything goes into overdrive and they just become either gods or maniacs. That's 15, 20 minutes, yeah.
It's that point where you realize we're not going to win this by defending Breakout Battery. We just need to push out. Lads, fucking put it into 5th gear.
Yeah.
Fucking push forward, see whether you can find the gaps. Anybody that has nearly anything, shout it out because we'll come and support you with it. And that's what Chimera look like they're doing now. They're pushing. They're trying to find a way back into AAA. DC, obviously, they're going to try and put paid to that wherever they can. But good lord, what a match so far. It doesn't sound good on paper because AA Network taken nice and early, but taken nice and early by this DC and Friends side. But it has been backwards and forwards. There have been gunfights all over the map. DC just look in a very strong position at the moment, don't they?
I mean, DC at the moment has the front under control. Like the top of the 5th / the start of the 4th is in their hands at the moment. No? And Chimera has one person in the red zone at all. Down there at G7 at the moment. And it's a squadless jam. That's nice. There's supplies north of him, but it's only 50. So there's not even the chance that he's gonna like build a garrison yet.
Essentially, he gets up there, plots his OP down, and gets his supply lad to finish off the rest of the supplies he needs for the garrison up there. But
they switched the support out, but it's gonna be a problem.
Yeah, it all takes time, doesn't it? And especially when you're staring down the barrel of a 3-2 down with 18 minutes left to go. Having that composure to be able to do those plays and to be able to sort that out can be problematic.
Hey, you need some good nerfs, or you just need to not care. That's both works. Both is nerf based, so yeah.
Yep, well, as a member of TLF during this APL tournament, apparently not caring works because they're currently in the final. True. Oh, that 76 is in a world of danger, isn't it?
Yeah, that GBI tank is getting touched by you. And I say that because it's me bigger than you, name. That satchel is on, I think, right? That is a satchel. Yeah, that's a satchel. He is also getting hammered by a lot of anti-tank rockets there. Holy moly.
Yeah. Surely, that is a very good tank crew. They will be absolutely well aware that there's a satchel on them. They know that they're
and they're not going to drive into the hole. Oh, God.
No.
Oh, no.
They've gone out to try and disarm it. I think they're too late, Mr. Olberg. That's probably too long. There it goes.
That's the old Chimera frontline jet. Ah.
Oh, good lord.
Well, there's another Chimera tank close by, but that frontline has taken a big hint there. Hit. Hunt. Hint.
You know what? I'll take it either way.
That works.
Jam from Chimera has pushed nice and deep. He is very close to AA Network now. I mean, that's got to be the last thing that they have, isn't it? Sticking your OP down, maybe one of those Hail Mary airheads. Tell you what, he is capping AA Network by himself.
I don't actually like that.
Dan has just spawned.
I don't like that they're capping it. I would have said go in the 7th row. Don't go in this sector, start capping this, because now they know that somebody is there. If they had gone, because they have an OP on the 7th row, just below AA Network.
Switch over to my screen for me if we can.
Yes, we see your screen.
80-second Dan, takedown Jam. We just saw him see the garrison out of that window, ran around, had no idea that 80-second lad was there. So well played from Dan, just defending that garrison on his lonesome. Well played, son. But Chimera, they're still taking AA. There's only two of them there. There's only one of them there.
The thing is, now everyone's gonna go there, but they have no push power because there's no one guy. Again, they could have stayed on the 7th row, not starting to cap the area. They have 100 supplies there now and can build a garrison, but now everybody's alarmed there at the area. Now the garrison is up and it's uncontested. What the fuck? But it's less of a surprise attack. Now you could have had like 30 people spawn there, come in. Is that a garrison on your screen as well there?
There is a garrison just south of that Chimera one.
That's bad.
Yep, that's not going to bode well for any push that Chimera might have coming off that garrison.
But the garrison is uncontested again. What?
It's insane.
Good gosh. I'm actually going to join you on AA for a second. Yeah, but you can see it that they are already on the point, DC and friends. They are defending the area.
Yeah.
It's going to be a moment before...
They've got back very well.
It's going to be a moment before they find the garrison here as well, which again is not contested right now, which is insane because it's so close to AA network.
It's crazy, isn't it? That 80-second Dan managed to push out nice and deep. It's funnily enough, Chimera putting that garrison down exactly where we saw the DC garrison previously, and DC are moving away from it.
Is that a tank on the hard point? That is a Chimera tank, Jowlin, Lily, and Alduin. With the Stuart on AA network. Interesting.
Lucky little Stuart pushing its way through. Good luck to those lads.
Having an assault player behind him, yeah.
The assault player is going for the long satchel run. That Stuart has the speed to keep in front of him, though.
Yeah.
I feel like the assault player probably... nope, he's going to keep up the run. Keep following this Stuart tank in. No, he's run off now. He's going to go do his own thing.
I mean, he was there to harass the front a bit. There is a second tank doing the same, apparently, because I see another tank make his way right now on the right side. What are these troll plays? Where's that thing? Oh no, he's going for side. That was a glorious ricochet I just saw. No, the GPI tank is on the side here. What is that? On the 5th F row. But it's just... No, actually, never mind. He's actually starting to push towards the hardpoint again as well.
Yep, just doing those little tank things.
It's an interesting one. I don't see that often because they're basically doing little strafe runs with tanks through the enemy. Something blew up there. I think it was a British and American tank. But you don't see them like go layer-wise into the enemy defense line. Because they might get shot by a Panzerschreck from Dan there, from 82nd AD, for example.
That was a little Stuart that just got exploded in the back lines. Just cruising back behind the Chimera lines is a Tiger tank. Pushing up through the middle towards that garden area. So that Tiger tank absolutely going to cause some problems for this Chimera side if DC managed to get it up through there.
I'm fascinated by that little American tank trying to survive and goes up in flames.
And the fascination ends.
Yeah, well, with 3 anti-tankers that keep on shelling that thing, I think at some point it deserves to die, to be fair.
Yeah,
at some point it needs to die.
Disappointingly, we're not seeing any Chimera attack onto AA network for the moment, which is it's all about DC and Breakout Battery now.
I mean, they lost their OP, they lost the garrison there in the south, Chimera. They have not a single person in the red at all.
Yep.
And they have 11 minutes to change that. That is not great.
Yep, and DC putting all the pressure onto Breakout, really sorting out that battle line, starting to encircle Breakout Battery. That's going to be problematic for this Chimera side. Look, 11 minutes is not enough time. It doesn't sound long enough to be able to first break out and take the next point. They have a lot of work to do.
You can do it. You could. I mean, we've seen how DC has kept their side of the map rather unobserved. Let's phrase it like that. I could see even like an airhead be a thing. Not on the point, but on the side, airhead, spawn wave, have everybody there, and then you could set up garrisons and things. Could be a thing. And they have the manpower. They have real manpower and everything.
Yeah. I don't know about you. I would love to see like a Hail Mary airhead or one of those big squad leads getting a garrison in the perfect spot and start flooding into the point. I would love to see Chimera get back into this match, but DC are absolutely making it tough for them.
I mean, my perfect vision would be 10 minutes left, so I would like to see 5 recaps of the middle point now.
5? Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah,
We still have enough.
each, no?
Yeah. I don't see why not.
I do hear a bombing run coming in. I don't think that's a no, it's a CHIMERA with more and more bombing runs. What is this? Midsection.
Yep, bombing run just trying to take down some of that DC pressure. It seems like it's going to be mostly ineffective.
Did they at least take down a garrison or something?
Yeah, if there was a garrison there, that bombing run did manage to take it down, so there is that, but there are still a lot of OPs moving through that area, and that'll provide those squads an ability to keep putting pressure on this breakout battery point.
And I'm taking a little look because of these Soldat and others make their way to breakout at the moment. Partially getting stopped, partially getting the jump on others though.
Yep, a little bit of backwards and forwards. Taking down that OP was really nice and good work from him.
Soldat, come on. He's just walking in a very bad camera area, so I hope he's gonna leave the area soon. I do see a mine there as well. Is he gonna find that mine with his body? Yeah. Perfect.
Yep. Moment captured, we're good.
Finds the only mine in the area. Mwah. Perfect. Ooh,
That's basically the way I play it. Yep, what do you got?
I see that not only are they still pushing from the southeast, no, from DC, but I see north of Precourt Manor, I see Yes King and his squad have made their way up there in the north.
Yeah, they have. Really trying to push from both angles now, yeah. Chimera are in a world of hurt again. We've seen them come back and re-establish control after this before, but DC really putting the screws in. We're about 8 minutes left to go in this match. Still enough time for Chimera to come back and take this victory, but they have all the work in the world to do, don't they?
I mean, I see also DC has put up the west side of the flank here, west of the Precourt battery, with a squad and a Lux tank on the sides. They are in position. They have set up all these little areas here of control, and I'm waiting for, basically I have to set up a noose, and I'm waiting for them to pull it tight at the moment.
Yeah. And I think it's just all of those squads. Obviously, they've got themselves into good positions, just working, just trying to find that perfect little area to push in. They've got the Lukes in support. That'll keep whittling down some of this infantry. And DC still pushing through the front door as well.
Yeah.
Soldad, very deep. Vardy in behind. Lutsch.
Yes.
Just putting all the pressure on. Chimera, you need to do something, and you need to do something now, because this match is looking it's looking dire.
I mean, it's looking very entertaining, but yes, I will agree with the dire part. When it comes to CHIMERA trying to come back from this, they're just going out, Knights of just rockets into the trenches just to blast maybe people that are hiding. With success, both people in the trench and outside died.
We have a DC airhead coming down as well. Very close to Breakout Battery. Coming down in a similar area to where the last one came, but it is being supported by infantry, so that airhead will likely stay up. And we do know that the Chimera commander does not have his bombing run up, because we saw it go in just before.
And they lost the garrison as well, because that Lux I mentioned before got destroyed just now, but was able to take down the garrison there before as many shots.
Yep, airhead for DC is still up. We should see some spawn waves going off that. But that said, we might not see those massive spawn waves off that airhead, because DC are actively engaged across the entirety of the map. So one spawn off that one. It's an airhead that's just going to try and provide a little bit of support and provide a little bit of sustained pressure. Chimera unable to come out and deal with it, but DC are pushing in from absolutely everywhere on Breakout Battery now. Chimera, this is going to be problematic. They could lose this point now.
They have nothing there at the moment. Satchel also coming up. But they have, I don't even see an OP, I see nothing. Precourt battery is empty, completely the hard point.
Yep. DC really were doing some work on this point. Vapo was going to be the last one left alive for Chimera on the point. I don't know whether he's going to be enough to defend the entirety of this DC push that's coming in. Sups are going down on point for Chimera, so hopefully that allows them to get a cheeky little garrison up and try and defend this one.
I don't think so, because they have no squad close by.
Oh, they don't too.
And
they don't either.
They actually had, I think, supplies already there. No, those got removed. Never mind. Okay. The other one's prior.
Yep. DC, if they push through the front, Chimera have pushed across towards the top, towards the eastern side of the map, and really cut off that angle of attack from DC that was coming from the east. But DC, they're very deep in point, and that is a concerning amount of blueberries for Chimera that's sitting on the strong point at the moment.
I'm just zooming out right now. I'm looking at this rapids of doom here with DC cutting in directly onto the point. They're on the point, not capturing it. Now starting to capture it. And they're also slightly in between. Yeah, Chimera cut in between. Hiding. It's an odd one.
Plane coming in, bombing run for Chimera going in, for DC going in. Just trying to clean up some of that Chimera assault that was cutting across their flank a little bit. Looks like it's knocking out some infantry.
What? Oh, VK was inside. So I was irritated how VK lived, but I guess he was inside the building for that very second. It looked like he was outside, but sure, that was a thing.
But DC have all the control over Breakout Battery now. It is just DC on the point. Chimera trying to push back in and retake this point. We are under 4 minutes to go, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls.
The thing is that Chimera could still come back, you know, but I don't see it happening. I mean, I see they have one squad leader in the red. Jam is again in G5 right now. There is some supplies around him, but not 100. He might be able to spawn it in, and then, I mean, in theory, they need only 2 minutes to start capping this.
They do only need 2 minutes, but we're coming up to 3 minutes left in this match, and I can't see them taking this Breakout Battery cap back from DC. DC have a very strong presence over the middle now.
Well, I would normally agree, but we have seen a magical moment today with DC losing the push on this area, even though they had it in their hands completely. That magical moment that's gonna get clipped.
That's exactly what's just happened again.
Yeah.
Chimera have managed to get back to defend. Supplies going down. They'll try and get up a garrison. A couple of squad leads moving in now to try and shore that one up. All that's left for them, a Hail Mary. I think unless they've got lads capping at 2 minutes on AA Network, I think this will be GG.
Well, they have 20 seconds, and they lost. Yeah, Mike's squad lost their squad leader in the area, so they have no way of winning this.
Yep.
There is no garrison close by. Yeah, no, they have no way of doing this anymore.
I think at the moment they're only playing for pride. That is going to be a DC and Friends win over Chimera and Friends. All that remains to be seen is whether doesn't look like they've started to cap, so I think this is going to be a 3-2 to DC.
That's a 3-2 to DC and Friends. Friends.
Friends. Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, that was the match basically, which is always odd because we basically get to talk over the final moments, which is why I'm gonna show the high score so people can see, who played like who, well, because kills are important. Somebody already left the server, goddammit.
Scott, I'm not doing this, I'm out. Fuck you guys, you're in your own.
No. We won already, let's go.
Das Oldberg, you didn't play very well. 0 points, my dude.
You say that, but I have 1,740 defense points. That's more than a lot of others, you know?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Where's that Stu guy? Probably has a lot of kills. The thing is, if I scroll through and I see you having a kill or something, then I will start asking questions.
1,760 for me, my friend. I'll tell you what, Mr. Altberg, this was a cracking game of Hell Let Loose, wasn't it?
Was quite lovely, I have to say. Was quite lovely.
I think this is the top of everything that we're used to seeing. I know both teams had lots of fill-ins, but this wasn't the full comp side for either of these teams. with comp players coming from other teams. But this is sort of the highest echelon of everything that we see in this Hell Let Loose competition. Both of these teams and everybody else that was fill-ins, all big seasonal players. Seasonal obviously being the biggest competition in Hell Let Loose.
Clearly.
Something that we've both had the honour of casting, you for a lot longer than I have. I'm a new person on the scene, but that's why I'm happy to be along.
Didn't you win the best new caster thing?
Yeah, best new caster.
There we go.
And best hype.
I can't see why.
Didn't you get best caster, Mr. Altberg?
I did get stuff as well, yeah, I remember.
Excellent.
I actually don't know what the second one is anymore. It was production, I don't know. It was something, yeah. But that season is also gonna, I think, oh, great music as well, is gonna start soon as well in, is it September? No, it's October, I think, or something.
Oh, is it that soon?
It is. Well, it has been quite some time since the last one ended. Yeah. But it should be coming soon. Why is my voice so high now?
That's great news. I know. Magic. That's all right. We can bring it back down. I'm looking forward to the next seasonal.
Yeah.
Obviously, just the standard of competition is like nothing else in the world for Hell Let Loose.
Yes.
I'm looking forward to it, and I can't wait.
And also, because this time finally it's going to be, again, I think at least, a winter season instead of a fall or autumn seasonal, it also signifies, it also shows that finally the heat wave is over and winter is coming. Thank God.
Yeah. Or if you're in Australia, obviously summer's coming and it's time to start making sure the air conditioner works.
Yes.
Yeah.
All the things that I know about the Australians, I have nothing right now. The thing is, I have a lot of Australians, New Zealanders, and others know me. I have a lot of their matches all the time. I know Broomy for ages, Australian streamer of Hell Let Loose and other things. And yet my knowledge about the Australians is limited to only random words. But at least I can have a ciggy with oh shit. I can have a ciggy over at the Hungry Jacks or the Macca's. You know, those things.
100% you can.
Yeah.
100% you can. The only things you need to know about Australia is the spiders are massive, every snake's going to kill you, and going to go pick up some darts from the servo. That's it.
And never follow a kangaroo into water. I heard about that one as well.
Drop bears. You know about drop bears?
I know about drop bears, yes, as everybody should.
Good. Yeah. Got to smear Vegemite on your face to keep them away. Yep, done.
Helps with the kissing. Anyways, that has been the lovely match of DC and Friends against Chimera and Friends, lots of friends, by Stu and Friend and Berg and Friend. And I think there is one fun little fact. I'm casting another match today. I know, it's crazy. People ask me, hey, Altberg, you want to cast a match? Sure, why not? When is it? There is another match in Beepity. It's ESPT against the Circle, and it's going to happen in 6 hours. There we go, 6 hours.
Awesome. Make sure you all tune in for that. Obviously, Das Altberg, the best Hell Let Loose caster in the world. And it's been a goddamn pleasure to be here, mate. Thank you very much for inviting me along.
Thanks for having me. Thanks for joining me, so to say. Anything
Anytime, my friend.
For you coming up, Stu, that you want to shout out here at the end for the people? Any matches that you are planned in or anything coming up?
No matches planned for the near future. I go back to work after being taking a little bit of time off. But I do have my regular stream. We play a lot of Hell Let Loose. We're playing a bit of Tarkov lately, which could terrify everybody because that game is impossible. I die a lot. We play some good music. It's all good fun. Feel free to swing by if you want, but if you don't want to, you know what? I understand that too. Still love you guys.
By the way, I just noticed that I had all my sound alerts on the whole time, but no one used them. Thank God. With all the songs and all the things, you know, all the good stuff. Oh well.
Oh, good.
No, just things. But that has been it from Berg and Stu. I'm gonna stream something else. I have 50 minutes to wait now. Might do some Baldur's Gate. Who knows? We'll see.
Ooh.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll be. If you do, I'll be there.
Ooh, there you go. But that's it for me. Altberg of the Past surely has put up a SO shoutout thing for Stu. Go watch Stu as well. He's lovely. He's Australian. He drinks from a shoe. That's all the categories that we need to know.
Yeah, you pretty much got it right. You're sweet.
Yeah. And yeah, I'm gonna say, refresh the page, because right now the new stream should be starting, hopefully. Bye-bye! Bye-bye as well from Stu.
Bye.